So, are you ready? So, as I say, we are using bands today if you've got them. We don't need them for the warm-up. We're just going to use them when we're down on the ground. So, thinking about standing up nice and tall, just going to alter that one a little bit. Standing up nice and tall, string through the top of that head, lifting us up nice and tall, opening out through the shoulders, thinking about that waist area, knees nice and relaxed, and we're going to have a little roll backwards and forwards, pulling in through the tummy, dropping back down the other way, drawing back in, dropping back down the other way. So keep having a go at that, feeling that back, but still staying up nice and tall. And then find that mid position from there. Let's work from the shoulders. So we're going to have a little roll through one shoulder and drop down. Keep going with that single shoulder. Rolling down. One more. Forward and back. And then the other side. Lifting around. Hopefully not too many creaks and crunches. Last one. And then reaching up, turning round and down. Same arm. Twisting gently through the body as well. So we're getting a little bit of rotation. Change to the other side. Up we go, stretching round. Last one. And then both arms up. Big stretch through that waist up towards the ceiling. Drawing in through the tummy. 3, 2, 1, big circle round into our swimming. Arms go wide, little knee bend. As you go down, drawing in through your tummy, getting those hips and knees working as well. Last one, up we come, draw those arms down, drop the shoulders down, pulling through your tummy. We're opening out, squeezing through the backs of the shoulders and coming back in. And again, stretching out, drawing back in. 2 more, and back. Last one, and with this one we're going wide and drawing back in. And again, reaching wide, drawing back in. 2 to go. Fingertip to fingertip, back in. With this one, keep out nice and wide, over into our mermaid stretch. Lovely big stretch down the side. Coming round through the middle, over to the other side, big stretch over. And back round. Let's go wide with the legs. Make sure we get our hips working before we go down. Drawing in through our tummy. The knees are going to go out as we go down for 4, 3, 2, last one. Going down there. Pop those hands on the hips. Keep level and lift the heels and lower the heels. Lift the heels, lower the heels. Keep going for another 3, 2, 1. Just a little bit of balance work there. Coming back up. Down for 4 again. For 4, 3, 2. Last one coming up. And again, hands on hips. Heels, stretch up tall and lower back down. Bend the knees, heels, up and down. Little series for the ankles. Up and down. 2 more. Down, heels up, stretch up, lower. Keep it nice and straight. Last one. Up we come, down we go. Have a march out. Lifting those knees up nice and tall. For 3, 2, 1. Deep breath in, breath out. Breath in, breath out. It's roll down time. Go to where you feel comfortable. I know there's a little bit of a low back problem going somewhere, so just take it steady. Curling up if you can. Drawing up through your tummy. Make sure that tummy draws in to hold you up. If you need to, have a little bend of your knees to get a little bit further. Breath in, breath out, chin down. Slide down the front of those legs. Weight towards the front of your feet. So you're stretching through those hamstrings if you can. And then slowly, slowly, slowly back up. and open out. Last one, here we go. Stretch down through that neck, upper back, all the way along that back, into the hips, backs of the legs, hips up to the ceiling, tummy down to the thighs, and then come back up. We're going down onto the mat, so rearrange yourselves. I've got a couple of things to rearrange, so bear with. Okay. Okay, lovely. So, and this is where you're going to need, oh, your band. Let's not forget mine. So, if you've got your resistance band, pop it ready, or your pair of tights, if you're using a pair of tights, and pop it over one foot, and then just leave it back down, that foot back down on the ground, ready in our normal starting position. Okay, so wide across the shoulders. Think about relaxing those ribs down and then drawing through the tummy, flattening out that lower back. So a normal starting procedure. So just gently rolling forwards and back through that pelvis. Thinking about what's happening with that rib cage though as well. Think about sinking it down, flattening it out. And then gently back up the other way. And then drawing back down again. Feeling how much movement you've got, then find that mid position. Got a little tiny gap in the lower back. Grabbing hold of your bands or your thing. Ooh, what have we gone wrong there? Oh no, okay. Bear with. I've got a low battery, folks. I'm going to plug you in. There you go, sorry. Low battery. We're there. Okay. Oh, technology, don't you love it? So we've got a band over our leg in a single tabletop in a back neutral position. From there, we're going to do our one leg stretches just with that leg. Reaching out on that angle. Drawing back in. As you reach out, you may feel that your back wants to arch a little bit more. So drawing through your tummy, keep it in that mid position. Pulling back in, drawing out. Pulling back in. Now, if you want to mobilize your nerve, you can do toes up as your knees bent. And as you push out, you point your toes. So if any of you get sort of back of the leg type pain, sciatic type pain, that's the way you can just have a little tease of that nerve. So we reach away, pull back in, 2 to go. Reaching out, pulling back in. Last one. Keep it out nice and straight if you can. From there, we're lifting and lowering. So we're going to go slowly down and gently back up towards the ceiling, just to where you feel comfortable. And draw down. Feel what happens through the back. Feel where your back wants to go. And we're going to try and keep it nice and steady. Up we come. Down we go. All the way towards the mat. Lifting back up. 2 more. So we're controlling that lift and lower. We're working through the thigh, through the bottom, but also the core's keeping us in the middle. With this last one, go all the way down to the ground. Rest it there, slide that leg back, and let's change over to the other leg. So we're going to do our one leg stretches first this morning and our lift and lowers, and then we're going to do some circles. So center through the middle and float that other leg up into a single tabletop, and off we go again, reaching away on that diagonal, coming back in, doing your fancy footwork if you want to, trying to relax through the shoulders. A little bit difficult if you're hanging on to the other end of a rope. Reaching away and back. 2 more. Stretching away. Keeping nice and straight through the back. Last one. Leave it out straight. From that straight position, it's our lift and lower. So slowly pushing that leg down, controlling through the middle, gently raising back up. As you come up, you're going to want to flatten out. Try not to. Keeping that center. As you lower down, you're going to want to arch. Again, that's where your tummy comes in, controlling you. Gently back up. Keep going for another 3. Stretching down. Coming back up. 2. Down we go. Coming back up. Last one. Down we go. All the way to the ground. Slide that leg back. Let's give the legs a little bit of a rest. Bring the arms up. The feet and knees are hip width apart. And just with the arms, do our double leg stretch arms. So reaching overhead, trying to get nice and flat. The ribs will lift up at this point. Then drop them down onto the mat, drawing through your tummy to bring your arms back. For 3. And again, reaching out. And breath out as we come back. Last one. Moving on the out breath. Enjoy that stretch. And come back on the next out breath. Good stuff. Right, we're back on those legs. Let's have a little go at doing our one leg circle. So if we pop the band back over our foot, you can go to your first leg if you want to, again. Center through the middle, single tabletop, and then reach that leg away on the diagonal. So it's level with your other thigh. From there, we're going to circle out to the side, down towards the floor, drawing in and coming back up through the middle. And again, so out to the side, circling round, coming back. And it can be a little tiny circle, or it can be a bigger circle. Whatever you can control. You're wanting to keep the body nice and still as you do it. It's quite a tricky one. I think the bands can make it a little easier, but think more about what's happening through that core. We're just scoring those circles. Once more that way. Down to the ground and come back up. And we're going to go straight into reverse. So this time we're going to go down, round to the side, gently back up. Try to relax through that upper body. Everything above the hips still, or should be. Pushing down, out to the side, coming back up. Last 2. Down we go. Round, coming back up. And then bend that knee, lower that leg. Give it a rest. Change over to the other side. So we're really working these hips today and our thigh muscles as well. Center through the middle, into our single tabletop. Stretch out on the diagonal. And again, we're going out to the side first. Take that leg out. Stretching those inner thighs. Pulling back in as we go down and up through the middle. So there's lots of different muscles that are working to do this and to control it. We're trying to keep that pelvis down. As you go out to the side, you want to lift that other side. Don't go that far. Control it so that it stays down. 3 to go. Out to the side. Nice and slow. Up through the middle. 2. Down we go. Up through the middle. Last one. Down we go. Coming back up. Holding it there, and we're going to reverse it. So this time we go down. Take it out to the side. Coming back up and pulling back into the middle. So I say, I think the bands support the leg a little bit. But it to help you with work at keeping that nice and smooth. But we really have to work that tummy to keep in the middle. 3 to go. Down, out to the side, coming back up. Working the circle that you can control. 2, nearly there. Last one. Down we go. Round to the side, coming back up. Bend that leg in. Pop the band off it. We'll leave that band for a moment into normal starting position. Let's just gently relax those legs. So we're going to take it down, right down to our hip twist level 1. So keeping one leg still, take the other one gently out to the side and draw it back in. Change to the other side. So it's a nice gentle stretch for the hip. Keeping the other side of the bottom down though, so don't cheat. And we're back up. One leg out to the side. Drawing back in. 2 to go. Stretching out. Gently back. Last one. Coming back in. Feet and knees are hip width apart. Let's have a little shoulder bridge, okay? Stretching out the front of our hips. So you can lose your head pillow if you want to. Drawing in through your tummy. Slowly, slowly pick that tailbone up. Lift the hips up so we're on nice wide shoulders. And then gently, gently, gently roll back down. If that's sore for any of people's backs, just roll in the area that is okay for you. So it might be just a little gentle one where you're just slowly lifting a little bit of bottom up, or you might be going all the way onto your shoulders. So we're drawing in, but it's slow. Gently pick up, pick up, pick up. Feet, big toes are down. Shoulders are relaxed out nice and wide. And we slowly, slowly drop down. So as we do our shoulder bridge this time, we're going to take the knees over the feet. So we push them away to help lift up through the pelvis. You'll feel it hopefully in a different place. You'll feel the front of your thighs. You might feel your bottom working a bit more. Lower that bottom back down. Okay. And again, knees away. Squeeze and lift up. And lower back down. 3 to go. I'm going to change the last one though. So straight over this one, lifting up, tightening through the bottom, shoulders relaxed, lower back down. And you're not able to peel so much on this one. It's more of a straight hips to the ceiling. Up we go again. Down we go. And with this last one, we're just going to make it a little bit more difficult. So lift up. Keep up there, then lower halfway and lift back up nice and quick. So we're going to go for 6 and lift, 5 and lift, 4 and lift, 3 and lift, 2 and lift, last one and lift, and then slowly, slowly, slowly go back down and rest down there. Well done, folks. Good workout for the front of the thighs there as well. Let's have a normal hamstring stretch. You can use your bands, or if you've got your non-stretchy band, you can use that. Bring the knee in towards you, stretch it up nice and high. Pulling the toes down, the heel away. Going gently if you've got any nervy type pains. But those that haven't, feel that length from the back of the heel down to the bottom. You might have your leg right up. You might be somewhere lower down. That's fine. Go where suits you, where you can feel the stretch. Holding it there. 3, 2, 1. Gently bring that leg back in. Just change over to the other side. Have a little cuddle of it in. Give that hip a little bit of a stretch that way. And then reach away. Stretching through the back of the heel. If you want to, you can slide that other leg down. Don't think I did on the first one, but you can do. Lengthening the back of that leg. And if you're getting it fairly straight, you can gently arch through your back if you're getting your hand underneath. And that will just alter where you feel that stretch. You might feel it a little bit lower down, higher up your leg towards your bottom. For 3, 2, 1, gently come back down. Cast that aside, bring your feet and knees together, take the arms out to the side. Let's have a little hip twist over. Knees go one way, head goes the other. Big stretch. And then we're back over to the other side. Push those hips away. If you can hear a bit of banging, sorry, we're getting our house decorated. And he's doing the side wall this morning. Reaching around. And back. It's a very tight gap for him to get up. Over we go to the other side. And then let's go over onto our sides. And we're going to do a bit of side kicking and lift and lowers again. Choose whichever pillow you want. I'm going to go down to a small pillow. With your bands, pop them over your top foot. And then if we start off in that clam position, nice and comfortable, shoulders stacked up, hips stacked up, drawing in gently through your tummy, we're going to straighten that top leg away. And from there, drawing in through your tummy so you get that lift under your waist, we're going to side kick forwards and drive back. Okay, side kick forwards and drive back. So we're trying to keep the rest of the body nice and still. So if I hold the band there, you see waist-wise, nothing's happening. It's just that hip rolling forwards and backwards. Last one. Coming back into the middle and then slide that other leg straight. From there, can we do our level 2? Drawing in through our tummy. Sliding forwards, gliding back. And again, sometimes this can be a little bit easier if you've got enough balance. You can always hold the band with the lower hand and have the upper hand just giving you a little bit of support. 2 more. Last one. Coming back up. And then lower that leg down, rest the arms down for a moment and torpedo over. So rest the handles down, stretch over and come back. So we give ourselves a nice stretch, reaching over and back, lengthening through the neck on the way down. 2 more. And back. Last one. Coming back. And then find those handles again, or the ends of your bands. Shot off. There we go. And from there, bring that leg up to hip height again. And we're going to lift and lower. So we're taking it up towards the ceiling and lowering back down. If you're too wobbly, you can always just have a little sneaky bend of that underneath leg. Drawing in through that waist. Up we go. And down we go, nice and straight. Lifting up and down. So just feel how much movement you've got just from that hip with your foot parallel to the floor. And then with this last one, if you turn your toes up towards the ceiling and lift up, woo! We might go a little bit further. Remember, I've got weird wide hips, so why not go a bit further? Lower back down. And let's go over onto the other side and have a go on the other side. So rearranging. Make sure you transfer the band onto the other leg, else it doesn't work. It's got to be that top leg. Stack yourself up. Check your shoulders are stacked, hips are stacked. Knees are slightly bent up to start with. We're doing that level 1.5 side kick to start. So we're pushing that leg away, drawing in through the waist. So you see that? We got a little lift up through the waist. We're trying to keep that there as we glide forwards and stretch backwards. And you go further back if you want, as long as you don't arch through the back. Let's try and keep that back in that centered position. Back we come. Sliding forwards, controlling through that middle, driving back. Forwards we go, and back. 2 more. Up towards the front, step just from the hip. Last one, really concentrate keeping that back nice and still, pulling in through the tummy, through the pelvic floor, squeezing through the bottom as you go back. Bend that knee, lower it back down for a moment, and then stretch both legs out. So from there, lift that leg up to hip height again, and we're side kicking. Now, depending on how short your bands are, depends on how much resistance you've got. So the shorter your bands, the more, the tighter you pull them, the more resistance. So go with what feels good for you. So if I open my elbow a little bit, there's not so much help from my leg, but there's less resistance as well. If I pull them up towards my waist, got more resistance, but more help for the leg. Forward we go, gliding forward, driving back. You can do your fancy footwork as well if you want. Pointing on the way forwards, and then pulling your toes up on the way back. Last one. Forward we go, pulling back, and lower those legs. Let them have a little rest. Let the band go for a moment, and torpedo over. Big stretch over, and come back. Lengthening through the neck on the way down. Up we go. So the shoulder blades are rolling around. And back. 2 more. Up and back. Last one. Up we go. Coming back down. And then we're back onto those legs just for those lift and lowers. So if you can find the ends of your bands, hold them nicely, and keeping the foot parallel to the floor, lifting up and lowering down. You can almost drive with your heel and you'll feel it a little bit more through your bottom. So lifting your heel up first, focuses on your bottom muscles a little bit more. Drawing in through your waist. Up we come. And down we go. 2 to go. And with this last one, if you turn your toes up to the ceiling, woo! See what a stretch you could get. And then slowly, slowly, come on back down, resting there. Let's stretch out our bottoms. So you can do this however you want to. You can lay on your back and do your pretzels. Or if you prefer, you can go on your front, take one leg back, the other leg underneath, and go down and pigeon. I'm going to pretzel because my knees don't like the pigeon so much. But whatever suits you, squeezing away. So one foot over the other knee, pulling up, giving a big stretch in, feeling it through the back of that bottom, holding it there for 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently relax yourself, unravel, and ravel yourself up the other way, depending on which way you're doing it. So if you're pretzeling with me, let the knee drop out to the side. If you're pigeoning, make sure you tuck that leg in underneath so you can feel it through the bottom. Gently pulling up, squeezing away, just so that hopefully our bottoms won't hurt too much with all that effort tomorrow morning. Squeezing away. For 3, 2, 1, gently lower back down. Stretch the legs out, and then we're going to go over onto our fronts to finish off with. So let me grab my small pillow. As it's legs week, we're going to do one that we don't do that often. We're going to do our one leg kicks to start with. So arms are just resting nice and comfortably wherever you want. Gently draw in through your tummy so you're flattening out that lower back. And then we're going to do a heel to bottom, toe to bottom, heel to bottom, and down. So it's a kick, flick, kick, and down. Changing legs each time. So make sure you use different leg. Working them both out, one at a time. Heel, toe, heel, and down. So it's quite a fast little movement. And it's a little bounce at the top. Don't go all the way down each time. Don't do a full and a full and a full. It's just a little bounce at the top. Drawing in through the tummy. Kick, flick, kick, and down. 2 more. Kick, flick, kick, and down. Last one. Kick, and down. And then come up onto your elbows. So we're propped up on our elbows in what I like to call the Sphinx position. So the tummy's just resting there on the ground. We've got our elbows just in front of our shoulders. From there, gently draw in through your tummy. Feel how you release a little bit of pressure through the front of your pelvis onto the floor. And then relax back down. Try and keep your head in the neutral position. Drawing in and lowering down. So you're sort of shifting your weight, if you like, from the front of your hips more towards your thighs and your knees. Okay, so once we've got that going, we're going to try that then with our one leg kicks. So we draw in and then we do that kick, flick, kick, and down. Drawing in, kick, flick, kick, and down. We won't be able to go as far because we've got some stretch on those quadriceps at the front already. Kick, flick, kick, and down. Drawing in through that tummy. Kick, flick, kick, and down. Keep going. Don't forget to breathe. 2 to go. I don't know what my foot did that time. Kick, flick, kick, and down. Rest yourself down. Pop your hands next to your chest. Push yourselves up. Have a little stretch back the other way. Quite a little challenging movement to be on your tummy and trying to lift your... Yeah, it's quite a difficult one, isn't it? We've not been doing much of that recently, so we might start adding a few bits of those ones in. Let's stretch out before we forget our thighs at the front. We've done our hamstring and our glute stretch. Because we've been doing the bands and that will work the quads quite a lot. If we go back down, bring our heel up towards our bottom. Try and hold on to your foot or your baggy sock or your baggy trousers, whatever you can grab hold of to try and get that heel towards your bottom. You can use your strap to help you as well. So you want to feel the top of that thigh, the front of that thigh stretching away. And we're holding it there. The 3, 2, 1, and gently let go. Let's go over to the other side. Try and keep our knees together if we can as well. Makes it just that little bit more effective. But as long as you can feel it through the front of your thigh, it doesn't really matter. You might get it to your bottom, you might not. If you get it to the bottom easily, if you're one of those really stretchy people, you might want to just lift up a little bit through the chest, you'll feel it a little bit more. 3, 2, 1. Gently lower that leg down, and let's just have a little finish off in 4-point. So if we come up onto hands and knees before we go up into standing, have a stretch up and then lower back down, head up, tail up. So into our usual cat stretch, stretching up, lowering back down, and then find that mid position. From there, let's stretch one leg away, bring the other arm up, we're going to thread the needle, up we come, opening out, and then thread through and under. Make sure it's the opposite arm, no fallers, up we come, and down and through. Last one, opening out, and down and through. Changing over to the other side. So one leg goes out backwards. Drawing it through your tummy a little bit. Stretch up towards the ceiling. And then thread down and through. And up we go. Opening out through that chest. Pulling through with the tummy as well as you go back through. Last one. Out we go. In and under. Coming back into the middle. Stretching down. Having a nice curl up. And then, in your own time, very carefully get back up into standing. I just need to rearrange everything. Let me just sort my YouTubey bit out first. Can you see me? And then we'll do this one. Sort your hairs out. Oh, you can't see mine. Perhaps a good thing. Perhaps a good thing. It did have a little trim at the weekend, I think. A little bit of a Mr. Avil trim. Oh, the YouTube people can't see my head either, so let's just, there we go. Everybody can see most of me. Have a little shake out. From there, think long and tall. Stretching out through the back. And a breath in, bring the shoulders up. Breath out, let the shoulders relax. And again, breath in. And out. This time, drop the head, just the head and shoulders. So the rest of your back is nice and straight. Link the fingers, tiny bend of the knees, and then stretch away with those arms. So it's that upper back that's getting the stretch, not the lower back. Feel it round your shoulders. You've been holding on to those resistance bands. Stretch out nice and wide, all the way down. And relax. Okay, just the head and shoulders. Keep the back nice and straight. Stretch out in front with those arms. Coming back up towards the ceiling. Up nice and tall. Stretching out wide. Drawing all the way down, right to the floor. And then relax there. Floaty, floaty arms up, just up to shoulder height. And keeping the hips to the front, we're rolling round. Opening out the arms. And coming back. The most important thing is you're twisting through that upper body. So if you run out of space like I am, I'm just bending my elbows. I'm still getting that twist through the upper body. Round we go. Back we come. Last one. Coming back into the middle. Lower those arms down. A little bit of balance work. Let's have a little lift up onto toes. Bring one arm up. Bring the other arm up. And lower as we go down the sides. Okay. So this time the arms first. Lift, reach up to the ceiling onto your toes, bring the other arm up, round and down. Changing to the other side. So lifting up, reaching up, other arm comes, circling round, and down we go. Once more. Lift, reach, reach with the other arm, circle around and keeping my toes onto my toes still, all the way right down to the end. Well done, folks. Let's have a little calf stretch, shall we, after that? So 1 foot forward, I'm going to do it along the mat a little bit. The other foot back, make sure you don't trip over anything like I've just done. So both feet are pointing straight ahead of you. Find that balance, lunging forward, stretching out that calf. Holding that stretch there. And if we lift our chests up towards the ceiling a little bit, you're clamping down a little bit on your lower back, but you can pull in through your tummy to help with that. But we're trying to stretch out the front of that hip as well. 3, 2, 1. Change over to the other side. So toes down, heels down, and stretch. Stretch forwards. Get that balance. Feel it through the calf. Once you're nice and steady, just gently try and lift up that chest. Up towards the ceiling, stretching out the front of that hip. For 3, 2, 1. And then relax there. Let's have a slightly different hamstring stretch as well today. So we're still going to have one foot in front of the other. Don't take it out so far. So it's just a normal sort of stride length. Bend the back leg. Stick your bottom out backwards and reach down towards your foot. So you can pop your hands on your thigh to help. Stretching away, and if you stretch with your chest lifted, you'll feel it a little bit more down the back of your leg. If you keep yourself curled up, you won't feel it so much. Depends whether you stick your bottom out or your bottom under. 3, 2, 1. Come back up. Have a go with the other leg. Okay, go carefully if you've got any leg pain. So we sit back on that back leg. And then we straighten that front leg and we reach down it. Feeling it down the back of the leg. So this is one way to stretch the hamstrings. 3, 2, 1, and relax. If you're at home and you've got a sofa or something, you can be sitting on your sofa with the leg out in front and do the same sort of thing, yeah? And it's safer, you don't fall over if you're sitting down. So that's a bonus time. Have a little shake out. So we stretch the hamstrings, we stretch the calves. Let's just go wide so we stretch those inner thighs before we roll down. So we'll go down for 4, turning those knees out. 3, and back up. 2, last one. Keeping that nice wide swap, I'm turning my knees out. Reach over. Circle over. Reach over the other side. And circle over. And stretch back up. And march back out. Big high knees. 3, 2, 1. Thinking about our posture. The feet are underneath our hips, our knees are nice and relaxed. We're lifting up through the chest. So that line goes from ears, shoulders, hips, behind the knees, in front of the ankles. From there, breath in, breath out. As you breathe out, roll down to where you feel you can go. Don't force it if you've got any problems. Stretching as far as you can though. Hips to the ceiling. You might feel it down the back of those legs, that's okay, as long as it isn't too nervy, and as you come back up, it should disappear. Okay. Breath in, we're going to do one more. Breath out, stretch around the back of the neck, all the way down the back of the spine, back of the legs. curling up. You can bend your knees if you want to get more through your back. And then slowly, slowly, slowly back up. Opening out, stretching up nice and tall, drawing in through your tummy. From there, let's have a nice deep breath in. Keep breathing in. And a breath out. And again, breathing in. And a breath out. Well done, folks. Hope that was okay for everyone. We'll still use, those of you that are coming later on in the week, we'll still use bands, but we might use them a little bit differently in the last session of the week. Okay, so Friday we might use them a little bit differently. Okay. Take care, folks. Bye. Bye.